Welcome back to the Undeserving podcast, where today we're doing something finally different from Theology. I'm Josh.
I'm Bryan, and we are going to be talking about stuff that you didn't ask for, but we don't care.
Yeah, so first off, and probably most important, guys, I got a new sword. And,
For those of you who cannot see, it's a sword.
I mean, dude, I don't know if... I'm sure there's one Christian that's going to be mad at me for using this word, but this is a sexy sword. I mean, look at that.
Whoa.
That red Damascus. That'd be hitting different, bro. I thought you were about to put your finger on the blade, and I was like, Woody, I know I said it's not that sharp, but don't be dumb about it.
No, I already learned my lesson from work the other day when I decided to give my finger a good old slice with the razor.
You emo.
I know.
Yeah, but that being said, guys, swords need really cool names. I'm accepting suggestions. Undeservingpodcast@gmail.com or Undeservingpodcast on Facebook.
Or Instagram.
Or the Instagrams. Yes, I am taking suggestions.
Nice.
Woody, what's on your mind today, man? What are we talking about?
Dude, I know our introduction episode really talked about us and our testimonies and kind of like a general overview of our hobbies. But we didn't really get into the juicy specifics of our favorite games, favorite movies, what kind of music we like. Maybe just more interesting stuff about us,
All right, so Woody, what have you been playing lately? What's been on your PlayStation?
Well, man, if I'm being 100% transparent here, I have not played a lot of video games lately because I am super busy with preparing a sermon series and this podcast and school getting started and work. But
I feel that last one.
But what I have been playing before... Well, I guess I did play once or twice this week. What I have been playing lately is Ghost of Tsushima.
I cannot wait to get my hands on that game.
Dude, I know you asked me not to spoil anything for you, so I won't be. But let me tell you, it is phenomenal.
All I know is that evidently you can pet foxes in it.
You can pet foxes.
And I am excited to pet the foxes.
Yeah, it is a really fun game. And what's really cool about it is, we have a lot of games now, hack and slash kind of games today that just have really mindless mutton bashing combat. That's not the case with this game. It's very it's actually kind of tricky because you're switching between stances, fighting different kinds of enemies. So you can't just hit square over and over and over again because you'll die 100%. So you're trying to switch up your stances, switch up your moves, and trying to get those combos down. The combat's definitely 100% the best part of the game.
That's fantastic. I love games that actually challenge you that way.
Yeah.
Even though I'm terrible at most of them. I was able to beat Neo though. Took me forever, dude, but I beat that.
I didn't even beat Neo.
Dude, Neo was so good. I love samurai stuff. Hence the sword.
I think I got stuck on what's that? I think it was a cheetah or something. One of the cheetah bosses, the white cheetah or something.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, it was so brutal.
Took me forever.
Yeah, I got so mad, dude.
I died on the first boss in Neo 32 times before I finally beat him.
That dude with the wrecking balls?
Yes.
Dude, he was a tough first boss.
Well, part of it was my fault because I kept forgetting to stop at the shrine and use my Amarita to level up.
Oh.
So I guess I just kind of didn't notice that part in the tutorial.
Dude, there's going to be people who have no idea what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. Well,
and that's okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Just know it's hard.
Yeah. It's people have basically described it as Dark Souls with a samurai skin.
Yeah, it's Dark Souls is kind of creating its own genre right now. Where there's so many Dark Souls clones coming out. Jedi Fallen Order, that's a popular one. Dude, combat in that game, straight up Dark Souls combat.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I mean, it's different in a lot of ways, but
yeah, I mean, in Dark Souls you don't get the Force.
That's true, but the concept of the combat of that tricky
know when to parry, know when to dodge,
frame by frame combat.
Yeah,
but no, I am excited. I do think that there are a lot of good things that came out of that genre. There's also a lot of really bad ones. But I as a diehard Dark Souls / Bloodborne fan, man, I love those kind of games. But yeah, no, other than that, I've been playing Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah, I know you've been talking about that one a lot lately.
Oh man, dude, yeah. So Persona 5, when it first came out, like I think it was like 2016, 2015. That was hands down probably like my favorite JRPG ever made.
Awesome.
So the Royal is like Persona 5 but with extra content, like a little bit of story change, but not too much.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. By the way, for those of you who aren't familiar, Persona 5 is a 120-hour long game. So it's
with or without all the extra side quests.
So the thing is, there's not really side quests. How it works is it's a life sim / turn-based combat game. So the way it works is you go day by day in the game. So you can do activities every day, but it takes up time. So there's not really any side quests. It's more like, how are you going to plan your day? Like, what are you going to do that day? So,
and you're a high school student in the game, correct?
Yeah. So
that part's kind of lame, but well.
So it's not really like open world. Like you can go around like different parts of like Japan, like in your district or whatever. But it's not open world per se.
Right.
It's just like, where do you want to go and what do you want to do, and like most activities you do will take up like your afternoon or evening, and then like you go on to the next day. And then there's like scheduled things that happen on certain days that like are mandatory, and you have to complete the dungeons or palaces as they're called by a certain day.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds interesting. I might have to give that one a try.
Oh yeah, dude, 100% recommend. What about you, man? What have you been playing?
Honestly, not a lot lately either.
No.
Just because I've also been busy. But I will say, and I know some people are going to be like, dude, that was months ago, why are you talking about it? But I don't care. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Playing it again.
Dude, that's going to be the game of the year for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that is...
I am a huge Final Fantasy junkie.
Oh, yeah.
And, I'm not going to lie, I was apprehensive at first when I heard that they were remaking 7 and that they didn't even get the original voice actors. Well, I guess I can't say original. But the people who had been doing the voice acting for Cloud and Sephiroth for the other stuff. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. I can't wait to see how Vincent and Sid turn out.
Yeah, it's not even the same story either. It's like an alternate timeline.
It's really weird, but I'm loving where it's going.
Yeah, and I am, you know me, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan too, and I do like the game a lot. As far as combat goes, though, I felt like sometimes it was... don't get me wrong, I played on one of the harder difficulties, but I felt like combat was extremely unbalanced sometimes. You know
I played it on just a normal difficulty, and I feel you. There were times where it was like, oh, this isn't so hard, and suddenly it's like, how am I getting my butt handed to me this easy?
Yeah, and there's obviously like some missions in the game that were like definitely filler.
Yeah.
But, you know, other than that, like story, great, characters are great, and like the combat was so satisfying. But yeah, I guess what I would ask you is, like, if you had to pick like 2 or 3 games as like your top 3 favorite games of all time, what would you pick?
Oh gosh, does it have to be like a specific game, or can I pick a series?
You can pick a series.
Okay, because it's got to be. I mean, if I'm being honest with myself, it's the Final Fantasy series, the Kingdom Hearts series, and then Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2.
Never actually played those games.
Dude, you are missing out.
So I'm told.
Any Star Wars old school video gamers who played Knights of the Old Republic, hit us up at our Gmail or on Facebook. Tell Bryan what he's missing.
You can tell me how much of a scumbag I am.
Well, I tell you that on a daily basis anyway. But
it's true, he does. He keeps me humble.
Yeah, somebody's got to. Yeah, but dude, I mean, those are my games. Other than that, dude, I just gotta say, Classic Crime came out with a new album not that long ago.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
you tell me about it.
Dude, I'm telling you, Patterns in the Static is a fantastic album.
Yeah?
Yeah. I love every song on that album. I've been listening to it on repeat at work.
Now, for our fans, tell them a little bit like who the Classic Crime is.
So, the Classic Crime is this grunge band from Seattle, Christian band, but, you know, and they're just fantastic. You know, they have fantastic guitar work. The solos are killer. Their lead singer's amazing. And as a bass player, I love their bass playing. It really... They just do everything well.
Yeah.
I have never disliked a single one of their albums. There was one song on one album I didn't listen to.
Is that the one with the?
That's the one where
the naughty word.
That was the one where he had to drop the naughty word, and I was like, "Come on, man! I'm a youth minister. I can't play this around my youths." Nah, but dude, Patterns in the Static, fantastic album. You have to listen to it. I'm urging all of you guys out there to listen to it.
I will have to give it a listen.
Other than that, I've been going back to some of my older bands that I've been listening, that like I used to listen to back in like 2014 when it was like, oh yeah, man, hitting up Creation Fest at the heavy metal and the fringe stage.
Oh, dude.
Anybody who's never heard of them, go look into a band called Close Your Eyes. All three of their albums are killer.
Is that who you were telling me about today at work?
Yeah, fantastic band, man. And just their lyrics. They hit you in the feels, man. I think the one that always makes me tear up, it's on their second album. I think it's called Valleys or Eerie is the song name. But the song ends with the guy singing. He says, "My words mean nothing if they're not spoken from the one who breathes life into my soul."
Oh, man.
And he just sings that out for the rest of the song. "You whisper life into my soul." It hits different, man. And if you want to talk about a band that cares about their message, you know, spreading God's love, getting out there and making a change, their first album, that one is fantastic too, because every single song is literally like, "I'm your friend. I'm not going to let you die. I'm going to get you out of your depression. Get over yourself." Like every other song, seriously, it's great. It's fantastic. And Senpai Ravens. You guys gotta give Senpai Ravens a listen. Fantastic band. Once again, hard rock. They just know how to do it well.
Josh has given me a backlog of bands to listen to, and I have a lot to catch up on.
Oh, dude, we could listen to music all night.
Yeah.
Other than that, Project 86, fantastic group. Just look them up.
All right.
Yeah, so what else is going on, Brian? What else is new?
Dude.
You're starting up school again soon.
Yeah, I am. For those of you who don't know, I'm a pastoral min major at LBC. By God's grace, I definitely don't deserve that, but...
Hey, dude. I didn't deserve my 4 years at LBC as a youth min major, but here I am.
Yeah, and praise God, dude. But yeah, no, I'm so excited. For those of you who don't know, I went to college like right after high school. Before I was a Christian. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. Hated college. Did it for a year. Hated every second of it. Did not enjoy it at all. When the Lord had called me to do pastoral ministry, I tried to go to another school through my old church. It turned out to be like a really charismatic, like prophetic school. So I was like, So God...
Speaking in tongues 101.
Oh, no. So God actually... disrupted that plan in my life, and a few months later, I had some friends just really hyping up LBC, and so that's where I'm at now. I got accepted, praise God, and it's just been awesome. Like I love the people there. I love the professors. It's just like, I don't know, man. There's something different about Christian colleges, man. Like the professors just care. Like they really care about you.
Yeah, yeah. And shameless plug as an alum of LBC. For any of you who might be listening who are that age where you're thinking about college, you're Christian, you don't know what you want to do with your life, or you just want to serve the Lord somehow, look into Lancaster Bible College. I will say it's not the cheapest school.
No.
But
no,
over 90% of the students get some sort of financial aid.
Yeah.
And I think the difference is, like Bryan said, the professors really care about you.
Yeah.
So... I had a great 4 years there. I wish I could go back and do more. Woody, you're enjoying your time there now.
Love it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. My plan is to graduate with pastoral min and then hopefully go back to either Dallas or Southern Baptist Theological Seminary and either go for a Master's of Divinity or Master's of Theology.
And eventually...
That's far in the future.
Yeah, I feel you, dude. My goal is to eventually get back to school somewhere and get a master's in counseling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we'll start our own church.
And then we'll start our own church. That's the plan, man.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like other than that, things are going great. Enjoying my summer. I'm ready to go back to school though.
Yeah, I remember when I could say that.
But I kind of wanted to touch on some of the music I listen to as well. Now, like for me, I don't listen to really a lot of secular music anymore, just because of like, I don't know, I'm not sure how that ended up happening. It wasn't intentional, but just don't really find myself enjoying it as much anymore. But like as far as like bands I am listening to, like I love like Christian heavy metal. And you know this, one of my favorite bands is Demon Hunter.
Dude, Demon Hunter is fantastic.
Demon Hunter hit different, bro.
Demon Hunter slaps.
They do indeed. Fit for a King. Love Fit for a King. And you know, but mostly like I do like what I've been getting into lately actually is like I've been listening to a lot of like indie Christian music.
Right.
Which is, it's cool because like it is like, you know, they are reminiscent of like some of the songs you would hear in church, but like they have like a very unique kind of instrument setup. Like, you know, I was telling you like one of my favorite bands right now is Kaleidoscope.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, you know, they actually do like covers of hymns, but like their instruments are just so catchy. Like the way they compose, and I don't know, like they're great. But yeah, like, other than that, like King's Kaleidoscope, and listen to a lot of folk Christian too.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, dude. When you're in the mood for something folky or like southern, David Crowder is the guy to go to.
Yeah, you were telling me that. I have listened to a little bit of Crowder. Not a whole lot, but
I'm just throwing it out there. I know it's an old album by now, but his album, what's it called? American Prodigal? Yeah, American Prodigal. Fantastic album. Every single song on that album, it's either getting you pumped up or it's hitting you so hard in the feels that you're just like, dude.
But yeah, no, and other than that, like, one of the bands their first few albums anyway, like probably one of my favorite bands right now is 10th Avenue North. And I think like,
you see, I'm gonna get a lot of people angry at me for this comment, but while I do respect 10th Avenue North and I love his lyrics, I just can't get into them.
Yeah, I know. We've had this discussion a few times.
Yeah, but I kind of just want the internet to come hate on me. Go ahead, Christian community. Tell me that I'm not saved because I don't like 10th Avenue North.
Yep, because, you know, it works. But anyway, yeah, like, I think, like, you know, the kind of music, the Christian music I really enjoy is the Christian music that actually takes, like, verses from the Bible and puts it in their songs.
Yeah.
I think people can be so creative with that. Like King's Kaleidoscope has a song called 139 when they're literally just like reciting Psalm 139 where he says like, you know, you knew me before I was conceived, like you knit me together in my mother's womb. I could hide in the highest mountain or in the lowest sea and you would still hear my prayers. But also like one of the songs that just hits me so hard like every single time is that song by 10th Avenue North called Hallelujah. There's that one part in there where it takes from one of the Psalms, where it's like it's one of David's repentance psalms, and he says, "Hide my face from the shadow of your wings, O Lord. Hide my sin from the beauty here before your throne." It's like, oh man, that gets me every time. But yeah, dude.
Speaking of Hallelujah, originally done by I think Leonard Cohen, Lincoln Brewster does an excellent cover.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, then he throws in his wicked awesome guitar solo because he's like, I'm Lincoln Brewster. I have my signature Fender Stratocaster. And it's like, yeah, we're not all great, Lincoln. But gotta go look that up, too. Fantastic.
I'm going to have to re-listen to this episode to see...
Just to get all of our music suggestions.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we are running out of time, and I feel like I could talk for so much longer. But,
well, you know, in the future, we just gotta make sure we do a lot more of these episodes.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. It is.
Yeah. I mean, you know, so everybody out there in podcast land, thank you again for listening to the Undeserving podcast. Shoot us your comments, questions, if there's any music you want to share with us.
Any video games.
Any video game suggestions.
Movies.
Once again, we're on Facebook, Undeserving Podcast on Facebook, undeservingpodcast@gmail.com.
And on Instagram, Undeserving Podcast.
Undeserving Podcast on the Instagrams. So, signing out for today, I'm Josh.
And I'm Bryan.
And this has been the Undeserving Podcast.
God
Have
bless.
a great day. Oh, hey. You guys stuck around a little longer. Hope you liked that episode. Let's say there's a random box somewhere over here. Or maybe, let's say Woody raises his arm and points somewhere over this way. Say you click on one of those videos and watch more Undeserving Podcast. We'll be waiting for you guys.